Hey guys, Clay Nelson here with the BASSics. I wanted to do a video today on right hand technique on the bass. Your right hand really controls a lot of things when you play. It controls your sound, controls your rhythm, your tone, your power, and so we're going to talk about that today. So first thing I want to talk about is relaxation on this hand. This hand does a lot of work when you're doing a gig, and you want to make sure it's nice and relaxed so that you don't overwork it and it gets tired, and then you can't finish the gig. So the first thing is just kind of a good warm-up that I've found is to put your hands together, sandwich them together, and then kind of push against each other to bend them back. This really helps stretch that tendon, stretches your muscles, and it really helps to kind of keep them loosey-goosey, if you will. And then switch it back to the other side. This helps on both hands. Just a good way. You can either kind of do your fingers like this, and that is really helpful to kind of get your hand all loosey. Once you've kind of stretched it out, kind of shake your arm out, and then I would just let your hand hang and rest your arm normally on where you put on your bass. And this is just a good starting spot so that your hand's nice and relaxed and that you have it firmly mounted on your bass. And then just kind of scoot back until you're right on the strings. Once your hand is by the strings, let's talk about thumb placement. So your thumb is kind of your anchor for your hand. Depending on where you put this, it can also change your tone, but you really need to anchor it somewhere. If it's not really there and you're just playing, you lose a lot of strength and you lose kind of where you're at. You don't have a place to start from. So I like to put my thumb on top of my pickup that I'm playing above. And then once it has a resting spot, then it really gives you a place to start being able to play notes. And you don't get lost, you know where you're at, and it gives you more strength to pull against. Sometimes on my 5-string, I actually rest it on the B string itself instead of the pickup. It gets me closer to the strings. It depends on what I'm playing. But now, where you put this on your fretboard is actually controls the tone. So I kind of learned this from watching Jaco play. If you don't know him, you should check him out. If you ever watch him play, he is actually moving his hand physically all over the bass to get different tones. So if you want more of a smoother, mellow tone, you actually move it up closer to the fingerboard, if not actually on the fingerboard. It actually kind of mimics an upright bass or a fretless bass as much as you can with a fretted bass. Where I normally play is about right above the bridge and neck pickups, kind of splitting between the two, so I kind of get a blend of both. And then as you move back towards the bridge, you actually get kind of a more crisper and cleaner sound when you play back there. So the other thing I wanted to mention is having to do with your strength of your finger. I've seen a lot of bass players do something weird like this where they're kind of plucking away, but it's not actually slapping. It's not slap and pluck, but it's doing kind of a pluck away when they play. I'm not saying anyone's wrong or anything. I'm just saying that you lose so much strength playing that way. So what I like to do is what I call the pluck through technique. And so it's actually kind of more of an angle into the bass, like you're trying to get to the pickup, but your strings stop you. So when you play the D string, you're actually letting the A string stop your finger. See that A string move? That's what you're actually doing. And so I like to do that, and so that lets you have the full strength of your finger, because then the string below stops it. And then as you hone that in, then you can start incorporating other strings and other notes. And then I would just say pluck. Work on the strength of your fingers by kind of getting louder helps your strength of your fingers. It makes you learn where the limits are. You don't want to play too hard where it's kind of clanky. You don't want to clank, but you want to have good full tone. The more you pluck, the fuller the tone is, and the longer the notes will ring. Thanks for watching today, guys, and I hope this video helps you work on your right hand technique and build dexterity and strength as you continue to play. We'll see you next time.